I've got my daughter a hotel room entirely for herself after her stepsisters made her sleep on the floor. My ex-husband remarried 3 years ago to this woman Beth, who came with twin daughters, Madison and Mackenzie. They're both 15, same age as my daughter Chloe. When Chloe stays there every other weekend, she has to share a room with both of them because apparently there's no space for her to have her own room in their 4-bedroom house. Last month, Chloe came back from her dad's place looking exhausted. I asked what was wrong and she just shrugged it off like usual. But when she fell asleep on the couch at 7 p.m., I knew something was up. My kid never goes to sleep early unless she's sick. The next weekend, she came back looking even worse. Dark circles under her eyes, cranky all day, complaining about everything. Finally, I cornered her in the kitchen while she was making cereal. "What's really going on at your dad's place?" I asked. She stirred her Lucky Charms for like a full minute before answering. "The twins think it's funny to make me sleep on the floor. They told me their beds are too good for someone who doesn't really belong in their family." My stomach dropped. "What do you mean sleep on the floor?" She looked up at me with these tired eyes. "They took my pillow and blanket the first night and hid them. When I asked Dad and Beth about it, Madison said I was lying and that I probably just lost them. Beth believed her instead of me. I felt my face getting hot. Where does your dad think you sleep? In the bed with them. That's what they tell him. But every night after everyone's asleep, they wake me up and make me get on the floor. They say if I tell Dad, they'll make sure he knows what a troublemaker I am and maybe he won't want me visiting anymore." That was it. I grabbed my phone and called my ex immediately. "Your daughters are making Chloe sleep on the floor," I said as soon as he picked up. "What? That's not true. She shares the bed with them. Ask them right now if that's what really happens at night." There was silence. Then I heard him calling for the girls. 5 minutes later, he called back. They admit they've been making her get on the floor, but they say it's because she kicks in her sleep and keeps them awake. So the solution is to make a 15-year-old girl sleep on a hardwood floor with no pillow or blanket? Are you insane? "We'll figure something out," he said, but I could tell he was already making excuses in his head. "No, we won't. I've already figured it out." The next Friday, when it was time for Chloe to go to her dad's, I drove her straight to the Hampton Inn down the street from his house instead. I walked up to the front desk with my credit card. "I need a room for my daughter for the weekend. Just her. She's 15. The desk clerk looked confused. "Is there an adult staying with her?" "No, but her father lives 2 minutes away if there's an emergency. Here's his number." I handed over a piece of paper with my ex's contact info. I turned to Chloe, who looked shocked. "This is your room for the weekend. Order room service, watch movies, sleep in a real bed. Your dad can pick you up for dinner or whatever, but you're sleeping here." "Mom, this is crazy expensive," she whispered. "It's cheaper than therapy for you and anger management classes for me." My ex called me 15 minutes later, screaming about how I was being dramatic and that he'd fixed the problem. Apparently, his solution was to put an air mattress in the twins' room. "An air mattress is still sleeping on the floor," I told him. "My daughter gets a real bed at my house, and she'll get a real bed when she's with you too, even if I have to pay for it myself. You can't just put her in a hotel every weekend. Watch me." The twins called me spoiled and said I was just trying to make their mom look bad. Beth tried to guilt-trip me about how I was teaching Chloe that she was too good to share a room. My ex threatened to take me back to court for not following the custody agreement. But here's the thing. Chloe came back from that weekend actually smiling. She told me she ordered a pizza, watched 3 movies, and slept for 10 hours straight. She said it was the best weekend she'd had at her dad's in months. So I kept doing it. Every other weekend, Chloe gets her hotel room. My ex finally broke down and cleaned out his home office to make her a proper bedroom. But honestly, she likes the hotel better. She gets to order room service and has a pool.